Vozinha, the goalkeeper who refused to let dreams die. Every World Cup has a surprise story, a player who captures the imaginations of millions of fans around the world, a player whose journey reminds us why football remains the beautiful game. For Cape Verde, that player is goalkeeper Vozinha. Today, social media is buzzing about the veteran shot stopper, who has become one of the faces of Cape Verde's historic World Cup campaign. But long before the headlines, long before the saves, and long before the world knew his name, Vozinha was simply a young boy with a dream who had humble beginnings. Born Josimar Diaz, known to the football fans simply as Vozinha, his story is not one of privilege or instant success. Growing up in Cape Verde, opportunities were limited compared to football's major nations. There were no massive academies, no worldwide scouting networks, no guarantees. Like countless African children, he relied on determination, hard work, and an unwavering belief in himself. His path to professional football was far from straightforward. While many goalkeepers emerged from elite development systems, Vozinha's rise came through perseverance and years of dedication. Nothing was handed to him. Everything was earned. There were huge moments of struggles. Football can be especially unforgiving to goalkeepers. One mistake can define an entire match. One bad moment can overshadow months of excellence. Throughout his career, Vozinha experienced setbacks, disappointments, and criticisms. There were times when Cape Verde struggled to gain international respect. There were qualification campaigns that ended in heartbreak. There were moments when few outside the islands paid attention, yet he remained year after year, match after match, always answering the call of the nation. Many players would have walked away. Vozinha stayed, and in doing so, he became one of the symbols of Cape Verdean football. And then the breakthrough moment came at the World Cup that everyone noticed. Fast forward to the opening game against Spain. Cape Verde is competing on football's greatest stage, and suddenly the world is discovering what Cape Verdean fans have known for a very long time and for years. Vozinha is the goalkeeper capable of producing extraordinary moments. His reflexes, his composure, his leadership, his flair, and his ability to remain calm under immense pressure. These qualities have made him one of the breakthrough personalities of the tournament so far. Social media clips of his saves are being shared around the world. Football fans love underdog stories, and they especially love goalkeepers who rise to the occasion when their nation so needs them the most. At an age when many players are winding down their careers, Vozinha is enjoying perhaps the greatest spotlight of his lifetime. So why is there a buzz? The fascination with Vozinha goes beyond statistics. It's about the story behind the player. Football fans see a player representing a nation of just over 500,000 people, a goalkeeper who spent years away from the global spotlight, a veteran who never stopped believing. And now, on the world's biggest stage, he's standing toe-to-toe with some of the greatest football players in the world. Example, Mindelo. There is something deeply inspiring about such a story. In a spot increasingly dominated by super clubs, billion-dollar investment, Vozinha reminds us that heart still matters, character still matters, belief still matters. So what does the future hold? Whether Cape Verde advances into the tournament or not, Vozinha has already secured his place in the nation's football history. He has become an ambassador for Cape Verdean football, a role model for young goalkeepers, a symbol of resilience. Could bigger opportunities still emerge? Possibly. Veteran goalkeepers often remained effective well into their late 30s and early 40s. But perhaps his greatest legacy wouldn't be measured by contracts and trophies. It would be measured by inspiration. The children across Cape Verde who believe their dreams are possible. He's more than just a goalkeeper. The most beautiful part of Vozinha's story is not about football at all. It's about family. It's about sacrifice. It's about people who believe in us long before the world learns our names. After Cape Verde's historic 0-0 draw against Spain, the image that captured everyone's heart around the world was one of celebration. It was one of emotion. Tears streamed down Vozinha's face as he reflected on the people who have helped shape his journey. I grew up with my grandparents, he told reporters. Unfortunately, they are not here anymore. They passed away a few years ago. The grandparents who raised him, the grandparents who nurtured a young boy from Mindelo, the grandparents who taught him resilience, discipline, and perseverance, the grandparents who dreamt of seeing him on the world's biggest stage. Sadly, they never got the chance. And there was another absence that weighed heavily on his heart. His mother. While millions around the world watched Vozinha become the hero of Cape Verde's World Cup debut, Anna was thousands of miles away, unable to attend because of visa and financial challenges. As he stood under the bright lights of the World Cup, earning Player of the Match honors and becoming a global sensation, one person he most wanted in the stands the most was missing. But football has a way of writing beautiful stories. Today, Anna, Cândida Évora, has arrived in Miami. After receiving a visa and making the long journey from Praia, she landed in Florida with one simple message for her son. I want to wish him good luck and a good match. Imagine that moment, a mother who watched from home as her son became one of the stories of the World Cup. A mother who sacrificed as much along the way, now finally able to embrace him and watch him represent Cape Verde on the world's greatest stage. Football gives us trophies. Football gives us victories. But sometimes its greatest gift is something far more meaningful. The chance for a family to share a dream that once seemed impossible. Every save Vozinha makes now carries more than the hopes of Cape Verde. It carries a memory of his grandparents. It carries the pride of his mother. It carries the dream of every child who dares to believe that no matter where you come from, the world can one day know your name. They're life lessons that have inspired a lot of athletes. Vozinha teaches us that success is not always immediate. Sometimes success takes years, sometimes decades, sometimes the world notices you much later than you hope. But that doesn't mean your journey isn't worth pursuing. History reminds every young athlete these things. Stay committed when no one is watching. Keep improving when recognition doesn't come. Never let setbacks define your future. Believe in your dreams. Dream longer than everyone does. Because sometimes your biggest moment arrives when others think your time has passed. As Cape Verde continues its World Cup adventure, fans will celebrate goals, victories, and unforgettable moments. But they should also celebrate the man standing behind the post, a goalkeeper, a leader, a dreamer, a reminder that persistence can take you further than talent alone. His name, Vozinha, and his story proves that no dream is too small and no island is too far away to reach the world's biggest stage. This is Ballafrica.